Hi folks, welcome back to the World Cup. So we are in round 2 of the tournament and we'll be watching one of the games from the France versus Slovenia matchup. And yeah, both teams lost in the first round. So for France that's not a good sign because they were one of the teams that were among the tournament favorites in my opinion. So they really need to win their remaining games. I'm not sure how the cut works out here. So 4 teams make it through. I guess you can calculate pretty easily in 4 Swiss rounds how many wins you need to have a chance. But I'm guessing those that lost the first one can still make it through with 3 wins and 1 loss. And how is this matchup going, you ask? So 2 losses already for France in this one, also 2 wins, so one of them not reported yet. Valnitrik beat me the other day, so it's 2-2 if this doesn't get reported. France get a loss, but that won't be happening. I'll remind them if it's still not reported by the weekend. And yeah, so with 4 games remaining, this match is going to be closer than expected, it seems. But tonight we are watching one of the games where France has possibly has an advantage. So Gabryel, very experienced player, playing his favorite deck. I'm guessing this one, Tyrell, Banner of the Lion, which he played in the World Championship and at Stalek, I believe, where he made the cut in both of those tournaments last year. And this is, as you can see, a knight's deck with the tourney for the king as the closer, with a bit of shadows thrown in as well. So the draw comes from that old town Undercity, which is a great location if you have lots of shadows. It has the gold gaining locations that also help survive political disaster really well, although that's not a concern in this matchup. Has Old Town as the restricted card. So without skimming Septon, it's not that reliable, but there's other tools to put cards on top of the deck. Of course, there's Mark Mullendor, and there is the Undercity does it as well. And what else do we have? Lannister brings their clever feints, which allow characters to be double used basically. So we have Robert Strong, Mandon Moore, Boros, stuff like that enjoys being back in shadows and also helps survive resets. And the same, I guess, to some extent with this event that nears the faction card. They both do so. This will need to be managed a little bit over the course of the game. And the plot deck, of course, works really nicely with that clever feint. We have Duharis and Morgulis in the deck, and we have the father. So basically 3 plots that deal with the opponent's board, and then we have 2 economy plots, close call, and tourney as a possible closer. And what do we have in the characters? Anything weird here? Not really. There's 1 copy of Housefloren Knight, so without Palace of Sorrows, Housefloren Knight doesn't really work in this kind of deck because you have cards like Boros that don't have high strength. And I'm looking at one particular card here. So Servardi Sigan, one of the new cards, is yeah, a little bit unusual. So basically has a Gaston Grey type of ability, except that it puts the card in shadows instead of returns it to hand. So that could be annoying against for the Stark deck to face. So the Stark deck, Wars to Come, with a variety of plots here. So we have 2 copies of Heir to the Iron Throne and 2 copies of Heads on Spikes. Both can potentially speed up the power gain because the 7-cost Caitlyn is one of the stars of the deck. Some answers to the resets: Fallen from Favor, return to the fields. There is Wildfire Assault, which can maybe stall the knights a bit if it's played against tourney. And yeah, Clash of Kings, we'll see how this goes. The Tali set basically among the characters here, with Caitlyn, with the River Run Minstrels, Blackfish as well, with the house study trait, and they bring their save event, which needs power on characters to work. And what else? The wolves then. So one of the new cards, it works really nicely with some of those mechanics. So whenever you sacrifice a card, or if a card is killed, you get one in shadows with a shadow token. And then we also have Skagos and River Run, so there is some potential to get a loop with the River Run Minstrels, because Willa Manderly can put them back into the deck. So that's basically it. The game is supposed to be starting, and yes, again 5 minutes in. I try to be on time, but yeah, players eager to start. So where are we? We are in the challenges phase in round 1, so we can have a look at the board state. So Stark sets up Caitlyn, and we have Willa and Meister Wyman. No dupes, which is dangerous, but there is Riveran and Skagos. And on the other side we have 3 knights, including 2 green apple knights, and we have Sir Osmond with gold on him, so he can bring out another surprise. And what's going on in the challenges phase? So first player is Saraaa here, and Gabryel has just defended the Intrigue Challenge, given away a card for Late Summer Feast. With 2 gold remaining and 2 cards in shadows. Not quite enough for some of the most annoying cards, but something small could still come out. And what's the attachment here? It's Lady. Increases his strength. So the problem here is no Claim Soak. We lost Arya and the Sweet Sleep already. Now how did that happen, you ask? Let's have a look what happened in the... Oh, it was Heir to the Throne, so Arya was set up and exchanged for Caitlyn. Yeah, she's not so good without the dupe, but then if you have Skagos you can trade her, and then she comes in with the dupe, but Nelt. And Willa Manderly dies. That's quite a loss. Caitlyn up to 3 power already. She does need some protection though, because you could easily see something like Morghulis here, and then bye bye Caitlyn. Although I think as long as she is not duped, Gabryel might consider just playing the father, because that returns her and gets rid of all of her power. She defends the power challenge now. Meister Wyman. Yeah, he can be used to give her more power. And there's 8 cards in hand, so decent chance to draw the Tali save event. It's a 0 cost, which means it can be played against 3 sets, but we have 2 copies of the Hand's Judgment in the other deck. And losing the wolves then. I think I recorded the round 1 game as well, where the wolves then was lost. Yeah, Gabryel also gaining some power. Has 2 green apple knights that are not kneeling, so don't think we'll see Morghulis played here. It would be quite a loss. Then he would have 5 gold in that round. But what are his options? Let's have a look. So yeah, the father seems the most logical. Oh, goes for it. Okay. Now Sarah needs to go first to find something for Caitlyn. And finds a duplicate. So that's excellent. And I think she can react as well with River Run. So up to 6 power here. Now with the duplicate gone, the father will still get her. So any power that is not on the faction card is not quite safe. Unless she can win within 2 rounds. But it is a setback, losing 2 Green Apple Knights like that. And not achieving the kill effect that was supposed to happen here. So just hypothetically, Sarah could have a good round here. Get a few more power, then maybe heads on spikes, hit something, and you go first. Do the power challenge. That would be pretty close, even against the father. But I'm sure Gabryel, there is enough gold for him to have some counterplay here. And there needs to be more characters, I think. Surely with 7 cards still in hand. Yeah. Not bad. No blood of the dragon in Tyrell decks. And bounty will allow Gabryel to get a decent board here, I think. The 2 non-kneeling knights are gone, but he could still grab a few and threaten with that tourney. Now he needs more draw, I think. We haven't seen the Undercity. And this, yeah. What will it stop? I guess some kind of stall for the Caitlyn triggers list. Tricky to defend this one. But that was the only character with an intrigue icon, so that's it for challenges here. I don't think there is a way to flip out of the 0 claim basically in this deck, so can't swap the plot, and there is no kill event and no claim raise that I can see. So I guess it's no, just taking dominance, okay. Yeah, up to 7 power, not quite as much as I would have liked, so playing heads on spikes now and getting cancelled for the Caitlyn trigger is not going to be enough, so I think we see the father now. And what can we do against that? Could play Clash of Kings maybe. Get some of that power onto the faction card. Return to the fields. Well, it's a pretty decent board to survive the Harris, so not really needed, but then you can try to trade Recon, get an extra card. Guildhall will probably have to be triggered on Caitlyn because of Caitlyn river run. It's quite risky to let the triggers go through, and then if Sara finds family duty honor, that works on any leave play effect basically, so return to hand included, and it could stop the father. So yeah, it's limit twice per round, so Guildhall cancels one but not both. And that's up to 9 power now, but 8 of that power is on Caitlyn. One copy of House Florent Knight in the deck. Okay, 3 gold left. And plenty of gold here with the reducer and the King's Road. Now this could cancel the reducer, but I don't know what's coming, so... Yeah, so the question is there a save or not? It means you play this round quite differently if there isn't. 8 power could be lost here, that's quite amazing. Needs more characters. Okay, now what can he do after a character gains power? I don't think characters will gain power here, but yeah, on the tourney they might. So the cancel didn't happen, which means there's one more gold remaining. And we have Lady to increase his strength. Makes it slightly more difficult to do a good military challenge. And Caitlyn can protect herself against the intrigue challenge if the save event is in hand. So there needs to be a unique character on both sides for the what's it called, the father to trigger. So Mark currently is the only one. If Gabryel just does things blindly, puts him on top of the deck, puts a non-unique in play, then the plot will fizzle. So I'm sure he has a plan. It's gotta be some kind of Boros here, right? To bring in cheaply. This can be defended. There is potential for strength increase. Have a copy of Unexpected Guile, which gives +2. Nope. Okay. And okay. That's all Gabryel has this round. Now what will Caitlyn do? I think she needs to do the power challenge. And does she do the intrigue challenge as well? No, okay. The moment of truth. Do we have it or do we not have it? We don't have it. Okay, so that on the verge to victory state now going to 3-2 in Gabryel's favor, and yeah, well, the econ advantage on his side, the board state probably slightly in Sarah's favor, and we have 4 + 2 here, so I guess that the hand size basically is around the same. We have the Harris left, we have Turney left on this side, and yeah, both heirs gone unfortunately. Caitlyn can just be remarshalled, but we need some econ, and there's only one Northern Armory now. This is going to sag the reducer for a high gold plot. King's Road also already gone. Hopefully there's another one. Yeah, here's where things get difficult. And I think the red keep might just block that, right? Yeah. So is it worth playing Caitlyn now? There's no March, so if Edmure dies, Caitlyn survives, she can start grabbing power again, but I think better would be to get more of a board. The problem is there's no econ to follow really. So you can play Wardens of the North as the highest econ plot here. It's not really enough to play her back. I'm guessing there's no good options now. That's why the delay. 7 gold. Now if you could have a dream hand, there could still be Arya, and what do we have here? We have the 2-cost Sansa in the deck. Okay, Minstrel comes in. Could be a reducer, could be an Amber Loyalist. So the character is pretty decent if you get the cheap ones. Cancel on the Minstrel, makes sense. More econ also makes sense. But not quite enough to keep characters alive. If they all attack on military here, which they should, keep the pressure on. Okay, 2 claimer. And now no gold, no power on characters, even if she had the event. Yeah, the Wolves Den is a really good card, I think. If you have that in play, things tend to become a bit easier, but it is 3 cost, and maybe there's an econ plot here missing to be able to play more stuff. Still, most characters have to be declared here, right? You could, in theory, get power on him. If you have the save event, there is Skagos. If you use that on the Minstrel, you can put power on Edmure, and then you save him, in theory. So Gabryel needs to get past 6. He's not... he's using him on anyway. Thought he wasn't declaring him. So that's 6. And here we go. I think that's the plan now. So, looks like that event may have been top decked. Just around too late to keep Caitlyn in play. Now is their hand's judgment. Mark missing. Of course there is. Do we have another one? We don't. That would be quite lucky. Okay. So it's quite possible that that was in hand last round as well to cancel the Caitlyn save. So another card drawn for Late Summer Feast, and the power is not getting out of control here, so maybe possible to play Morgulis. We have 2 cards in hand, we have 3 in shadows, one of which is at the guild hall now. What happens to... So Boros brought in... What did he bring? Oh, so the character already dead, yeah, and Boros stays in play. And the save, okay. Saving them all. No, only Boros has the shadow keyword, of course, these 2 would still die. But it's a big tempo play when you bring Boros out, so... Morgulis here. Not that strong, I think. And we might see close call now to grab an extra card. Gans had some spikes. Alright, Ward is gone. Some power gained. So, 1 non-character, 1 Boros, 2 mystery cards. So what happened to Mark? earlier. Ah, he did put red wine straits into play. So he was drawn for close call, right? There wasn't a shuffle at any point. So mark still available. Yeah, that's more than enough. So I think next round Gabryel tries with Turney to just close the game. And saraaa will be forced into Morgulis unless she can get the board here. Now what do you do? Problem is, yeah, you can attack, but Boros will come in with his character again, right? So there will be enough resources to just defend and attack back. This guy is supposed to return cards like Boros, I think, but sometimes he is lucky enough to find the knight on the other side. There are a few, so yeah, but that Tempest Knight gone, so it's another challenge that simply won't be defended now. So what now? Try to defend with 2 armories to stop the unopposed, or just let it go. See what happens next round. Okay, so he might let this one go because Old Town can trigger now. No, okay. I was thinking he would let it go. Old Town triggers to name location. So Turney left and Harris left. And yeah, it's going to be Turney for sure. Don't want to get that stuck as the last plot if the game's still somehow going on. Of course, Sultan, yeah, Mark goes on top, so yeah, being stupid there. You can just name him after he resolves. Name character, I mean, to hit for sure. That's 13 power. And the problem is, if you play Morgulis now, we know that Mark is coming back, we know that Old Town is there, we know that Prized will happen on Morgulis when it leaves play, so it would need to be some kind of miracle. Hits again. It's 5 power on the faction card. 4 of those is from Heads on Spikes. And I think that's game over now. Yeah, good effort. Got to around 10, right? Or was it even 11 with Caitlyn before she got returned to hand. It's just an annoying little answer for decks that get a bunch of power on a single character. You can do this, you can do the pointy end to deal with them. And a nice inclusion in this deck from Gabryel, I think. Okay, let's see what's about to come. I think there is this cancel window again for the steward. I don't think it's worth cancelling. So whatever happens, I think Gabryel just does a military challenge with these 3. They all have renown. Just in case, bring some more. So is he killing the reducer or not? Maybe he isn't. Well, let's just do the military challenge, come on. Just playing this one super properly, cancelling Arya, or I should say cancelling Skagos. And here comes the challenge. And unless you're Baratheon and have In the Name of your King, nothing you can do against it. So that's the 3rd win for France. Well, I was thinking before this game that it would be difficult for the Stark deck, and yeah, got pretty close there. Good effort. So it is playable. But unfortunately, the save for Caitlyn didn't quite happen in time. And then the hand's judgment to cancel the save on Edmure was really annoying, and forced Sara to be playing basically without a board in the later rounds. And not much you can do, I guess. So this strategy with the minstrels with Caitlyn is interesting. It has potential. We don't see it played competitively that much, but it can work, I guess, in a lot of cases, and some decks will not have an answer for it. But maybe the plots missing some economy. Sara said that she was missing some economy in her practice games, and yeah, of course the deck lists are set now, so can't really fix that now. But I think late summer feast or something to be able to play the cards more reliably would have benefited. And yeah, something more general against the shadows. But you can't play barring with the Skagos strategy, so it is what it is. So that's what we had for you in this one. So 3 more games from this matchup remaining, and did I say that right? Yeah, 3 more games remaining, so France needs to win 2 and Slovenia would need to win all 3 to get a win from this matchup. If Slovenia wins 2 and France wins 1, it will be 4-4 and the matchup will be drawn. So thanks for joining me tonight and see you next time.